Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Okay, so a few of you have asked why I believe that a 5 million or 5.5 million offer to Dillian Whyte from Tyson Fury is a low ball offer. Why do I call it a low ball offer? Because obviously 5.5 million is a lot of anybody's money. Of course it is. But firstly, remember, it's dollars, not pounds. Okay, we're dealing in British currency here. Okay, the fight will be happening, if it happens, in the United Kingdom. So let's deal in British currency. So that is just over £4 million, right? Good money? Yes, it's good money. Is it more money than Dillian Whyte's ever made in any other single fight? Maybe. But if it is, it won't be by much. That's for sure. Remember, Fury versus Dillian Whyte is a stadium fight. This is the only fight that Tyson Fury can have outside of Anthony Joshua in a stadium. There isn't another heavyweight on the planet that Tyson Fury can fight in a stadium outside of Joshua and Dillian Whyte. So when I say it's a low ball offer, let's look at it another way. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua earns 2, 3, maybe 4 times the amount per fight than what Tyson Fury does. We can agree on that one, right? Like Anthony Joshua or don't. We can all agree on that one. But Anthony Joshua agreed to a 50-50 split with Tyson Fury just to get the fight done. Now, with that 50-50 split, that meant, again, a lot of you can go back and read the articles, Fury and Joshua each were guaranteed a minimum 75 million each. Guaranteed. Bottom line. Rising up to the region of 100 million each, depending on the pay-per-views. Of course, the rematch, the winner of the first fight would have got a 60% split for the rematch. Okay? But even just calling it 75 million. So if them two can earn 75 million fighting each other, which of course it is the biggest fight in boxing, of course it is. Well, the second biggest fight in the heavyweight division, certainly, is Fury versus Dillian Whyte. So what makes you think that the gulfing difference between a Fury and Joshua fight to a Fury and Whyte fight is the difference between a 5 million and a 75 million? There is a gap between them, yes, but it ain't that much. Do you get my point yet? Very, very disrespectful offer from Team Fury, whether it's at 20% or 25%, however it may be. Bearing in mind that 30% is the minimum. That's what a mandatory challenger gets, is 30%. Dillian Whyte is also the interim champion, which gets up to 45%. So the number of percentage is somewhere between a minimum 30% rising up to a 45%. So offering him 20% or 25% just isn't going to work, is it? If you're guaranteed a minimum 30% of a stadium fight, it'll work out to a little more than 5 million, wouldn't you say? Considering that this is a mega fight. If you're not from the United Kingdom, maybe you don't see it that way. I understand. But here in the UK, it's a mega fight. And if anybody in the UK says it's not, then you're just against Dillian Whyte, probably. But what you can't do is mention another fighter out there on the planet that Tyson Fury can fight in a stadium. Tyson Fury is not a draw in the United Kingdom. Why do you think he doesn't fight here? He's not a draw. Dillian Whyte has proven records of selling out the O2 Arena on multiple occasions, of doing big numbers on pay-per-view. Tyson Fury doesn't. He doesn't have that. Is it because he hasn't fought in the UK? Yeah, maybe. Maybe had he fought Wilder in the UK, maybe he could have sold a stadium. We don't know. Maybe he could have done massive numbers on pay-per-view in the UK. We don't know. Maybe he would have done. But he didn't. So therefore, we don't have a history of him. But we do have a history with Dillian Whyte and what he brings to the table. Fury is not Joshua. Fury is not Canelo. He's not this kind of cash cow that some of you seem to think that he is. And that's not a dig on him. You can say I'm hating all you like. It's not a dig. It's facts. It's not my opinion. It's facts. But him versus Dillian Whyte is big money. It is a mega fight. So therefore, his opponent on this occasion, Dillian Whyte, deserves a good pot of the purse. He does. If you disagree with that, okay, so Fury versus Robert Helenius. Could that happen in the stadium? No. Fury versus Andy Ruiz Jr., Fury versus Joe Joyce, Fury versus Filip Herkovich, Tony Yoka, Martin Bacoli, anybody you can think of. Would that sell a stadium? Would Fury versus Usyk, would that sell out a stadium? Would it? Well, we don't know, do we? But with Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, it certainly would. So therefore, Dillian Whyte's pulling power when it comes to this stadium fight is because of his name. Based on what he's done. Based on the fact that it's two Brits, of course. Based on the fact that it's Fury versus Whyte. There is history there. These two have a lot of needle. They used to be friends. Now they're not. Dillian Whyte deserves a lot more than 5 million. He does. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know how much this fight would generate as far as the capacity is concerned with the stadium, with the pay-per-views. I don't know. I wouldn't like to guess, to be honest with you, but it's certainly a lot more than a split for 5 million for Dillian Whyte. $5 million, by the way. £4 million, just over £4 million. Anybody who disagrees with that, for me, I think that you're on an agenda somewhere. I don't have an agenda other than I want to see this particular fight. That's my only agenda. It's not hating on Fury. It's not defending Dillian Whyte. It's about what's right. If Fury deserves 50-50 with Joshua when he's not even in the same league as his earning power, then I think Dillian Whyte deserves a little bit more than a meager £4 million to fight Tyson Fury in a stadium. Correct? Maybe think I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, then argue the point. Just calling me a hater isn't going to win the argument. Calling me a hater proves that I've won the argument. Proves that you can't debate the argument. £4 million pounds. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Of course it is. It's a lot of money to you and me. And I'm sure £4 million is a lot of money to Dillian Whyte. I'm sure it is. But he can just go fight somebody else and earn probably not too far away from that anyway. Don't buy into this whole 300 grand garbage. Don't buy into it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this whole situation. You drop me yours. Do you get the point? That Dillian Whyte is certainly, his generating power is worth more than what it is that Team Fury is offering. Remember, Fury is a Spartan. He don't care about money, right? Then why is he holding him up for ransom? Let's see how much money that you make taking on Robert Helenius. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.